Hey, Don's fans. I'm here with two really exceptional women, two triathletes. We have a current player, Katherine Badham from New Zealand. We also have an incoming freshman, which is exciting, Gillian Cridge, who's from Indiana. And just so you know, last year, women's triathlon became the 17th sport at USF, joining such greats as Arizona State, East Tennessee State, South Dakota, and Wagner. Tri is an emerging sport with 35 schools, and we are just now 5 schools away from making this a fully fledged NCAA sport. So that's very exciting. Thanks so much for being here. So let's start with Kat. You were the 2016 New Zealand Junior National Champ. You competed on the New Zealand national team until 2017, then left the sport and focused on running. 2018 and 19, you were a scholarship athlete at Mississippi State. You've battled some injuries, but you came to USF. You actually won the trying triple sprint last season, and you placed top 15 at NCAA. So you're doing really, really great. And then Jillian, you're the top recruit from the United States. You're current 2-time junior national champion. You're the top U.S. junior at Junior World Champions in 2019. So you're a huge get for our program. So ladies, let's start off with your head coach, Gina Kerr. She's had a professional triathlon career that started in 1998. She participated in the 2000 Olympic trials, has been an Ironman. What is it about her that makes her such a great coach and that you want to be under her mentorship?
I think she is just like a super positive person, and she's always pushing for all of us to be positive. And something that I really appreciate is the fact that she's really looking at building a really good team culture. And obviously it's amazing that she's had like so much experience, and she was a college athlete as well, so she gets it.
And Jillian, I mean, top recruit in the country, you could have gone anywhere. What was it about Coach Kerr that really wanted to make you come here and build this winning culture?
So when I first met Gina, I really got a sense of like how excited she was and how motivated she was to like start up and build the program at USF. And the big thing for me was finding a coach that not only like looked out for us as athletes and helped us like become more competitive and work together and form like the team culture, but also like as a student athlete and understanding like that like we're at in college to go to school, and that like I feel like she has a really good grasp of how to help us balance it both mentally and like physically. Like in like triathlons are so time consuming, and so is school. And so a big thing for me was she not only understood like how competitive and like motivated we had to be and how she like her ability to push us, but also like form the team and the culture so that we're not only helping each other like in sport, but also in school and just life in general.
Kat, this last year was a really productive year. You had 4 really amazing women that got triathlon on the map for USF. But, what we're hearing is that 2020 was just a great recruiting year, and you're going to have 7 fantastic triathletes come in. Talk about the excitement. What does that mean for you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously last year, I think we did, all of us, Gina, our assistant coach, and all the girls that we had, even though it was only 4 of us, I think we did a really amazing job with what we had. Definitely really looking forward to being a bit more established as a team. And then obviously, like you said, we have like some amazing girls coming in. There's a lot of us with a really good amount of experience, which I think will play like a massive role when we race and train, obviously. And then, regardless of like ability, we have girls who are just like, we've been talking to them and we've met them, and, on official visits and stuff, they're all super positive, super like determined, like everyone has something to offer. Yeah, I'm just excited to see like how far we go and kind of hopefully make history. Obviously we made history last semester being the first triathlon, but we want to make history again this year and kind of show what we can do at nationals and things like that. So
That's great. And Gillian, you said you've already had the opportunity to talk to all the players and kind of get that rapport with them. Just talk a little bit about that, and maybe, have you competed against some of these women?
Yeah, so I've actually raced against all 7 of us have all raced together, and it's been pretty cool because we didn't all know each other. We knew of each other, but we didn't actually know each other well. And so once everyone started committing and we all started talking, it's been pretty cool because we've just always thought of each other as competitors, and now we're going to be teammates. And actually a few of the girls I've traveled to other countries with and raced internationally with them. And even we have a Canadian triathlete, Kira, coming in, and we were in Lausanne together this past year at Junior Worlds. And so it's pretty cool to know that I'm going to have these other great girls that also have the same racing experiences that I have, and we're all going to be able to work together. It's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, and I like this culture you girls are already building, because just the other day, this really great triathlete video came out on Instagram. Who was the instigator of this? And tell us just a little bit about what happened.
I guess we had kind of seen other teams from various sports doing a lot of things kind of from afar, trying to still kind of be pretty active on social media. And initially we'd seen some that were pretty heavily triathlon based, solely, and we kind of wanted to put our own personalities into it a little bit. I think we have a lot of personalities, a lot of big personalities, and a lot of very complementing personalities that will be on our team next year. And I think it's really important, to recognize that we're more than just an athlete. And I think our personalities is what's kind of going to make our team pretty cohesive, from what I can tell so far. But yeah, Maddie actually put the video together, because I definitely didn't, because I did not know how to do any of that stuff. And yeah, but yeah, it turned out really well.
Gillian, what was your role in it? What part did you play?
I was the end, so Lou threw goggles at me, and since I've had the privilege to start swimming again through COVID, I put the goggles on and then swam off and to the distance, I guess.
So, Kat, let's just talk about, you're a dual sport athlete, and just talk about at Mississippi State, you're only running track. You come to USF. Just kind of talk about the rigors of, being a dual sport athlete.
Triathlon is definitely a lot more time consuming. We have 2 to 3 practices as opposed to just kind of 1 or 2 a day. And my first semester, so during triathlon, I was doing a pretty heavy credit hour load. So I'm really proud of how I kind of managed it and managed my time, and I still managed to I think I wasn't spread too thin, which is good, but definitely so appreciative of being able to kind of to do both. It's not a very regular thing in the NCAA. Both my track coaches, Pat and Tim, and Gina, triathlon coach, they're so supportive and accommodating, and they really want to try and make sure I'm getting the best out of both. So especially in the fall, where I am more heavily triathlon, I am incorporated into key workouts for cross country, so it's I'm still getting the relationship building and things like that. And then in the spring it's a little different because triathlon has a spring season, but my focus is solely track in the spring, and obviously I do cross training for my track anyway, so it does. Triathlon and running do complement each other really well, and especially for me, just because I have struggled a lot with injuries. I'm not necessarily a high mileage runner. I would do cross training anyway, so it does complement each other really well.
Gillian, you just came off being the junior national champion. Talk about that experience. Also going into college, you're going to be competing against many of the athletes that are going to be at Arizona State, which sounds like it's going to be one of our biggest rivals. So just talk a little bit about that.
So yeah, coming off of the past couple of seasons, I was really like, not uncertain, but kind of confused on where I would go for college because I was looking at running or triathlons. And so then I just ultimately decided that triathlons are what I wanted to do in college. Like I've always dreamed of like becoming like a professional triathlete, and I thought this was probably my best bet, like with school. And definitely like being able or to have the experience of racing and knowing most of the Arizona State girls and like the other top competitors around the country, like in the NCAA circuit, is it's a really good confidence booster, but it also like helps me understand the level that we're like the team and myself are expected to be at next season. And like it just reminds us of how like motivated and determined we need to be, and like how well we need to work together to make the NCAA championship the best they can possibly be for us.